Hello everyone and welcome to the first broadcast of the 2026 season. The Academy Barons get set to kick off the summer year as they take on the Philippines baseball group this Friday evening. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Lots of new faces at the MLB Academy this year, some familiar ones as well, as we get ready to introduce you to all the members of the Barons roster over this summer. They're led by a new manager. James Bishop takes over as head coach this summer. He's a native to Linwood. He spent 17 summers as an assistant for the Barons and has been working at the Academy since it first opened up 21 years ago in 2006. Bishop is joined by assistant coaches Tank Kazarian, Lorenzo Gray, who you just saw walk across your screen, and Toshi Nakawake, along with Jonathan Largaspada and pitching coach AJ Monarez. The Barons finished 13-21 last season and have topped out at 13 wins in each of the last 2 years as they hope for a stronger finish in 2026. They missed the playoffs both last 2 seasons. They haven't made the playoffs in this decade here in the 2020s. Over in the first base dugout, it's the Philippines baseball group. They're led by manager Jaden Rainieri. It's their second year as an affiliate to the California Collegiate League. Assistants on the staff are Joel Martinez, Greg Granillo, and Bill Picketts. Last year, the Philippines baseball group finished 3-19, and because they are an affiliate team, they will not host any games this summer, just as they did last year. So it's a tough, grueling schedule for all the teams in the California Collegiate League, but especially the affiliate teams because they don't get a chance to host. They're constantly on the road. And unlike the Barons, the Philippines baseball group does get to travel to Northern California this summer as well. Exciting times at the Compton Youth Academy as we're just about ready to start the 2026 summer season. Starting lineups and first pitch after this commercial break.
What player on the Barons would make the best head coach? I think Jimmy for sure.
Jimmy Welsher. He has all the tools.
Yo, I got to go with Jimmy too. Welsh, he just knows ball. I think he'd be a good coach. I trust him with my kid in the future.
Going with the Tommy Gooden.
Give me Jacob Konoski.
Trevor Schmidt. Easy answer, Jimmy Welsher, Jimmy Hoffa.
Jay Klinoski.
I think the best head coach would be my boy right here, Hondo. From the side.
I think I'd have to give it to probably one of the youngsters, probably Campo or Chip. I feel like they would make it. Campo he's our catcher. He's been calling games all summer.
Best head coach. Honestly, Jimmy's probably a good pick. He's been in the game. Or Klinoski. He's been in the game a while, so that's probably the best option.
Easy answer. I choose myself.
Back from commercial break, my name is Noah Alvarez. Glad you can join us this Friday evening here at the Compton Academy. It's the season opener as your Academy Barons get set to take on the Philippines baseball group to kick off the 2026 season. Clear skies in the forecast. It's 70 degrees in the city of Compton. Another gorgeous day for baseball. Let's go ahead and get you those starting lineups as you see both managers at home plate discussing with the umpire. It's actually not the manager for the Academy Barons. That's Tank Kazarian, one of the assistant coaches. But let's get you the lineup for the Philippines baseball group, led by first-year head coach Jaden Rainieri. In the leadoff spot, it's center fielder Eric Espinoza. Batting second is the shortstop Christian Santiago. Nomar Vasquez bats third and plays third, while Caden Lewis bats cleanup and plays right field. The catcher Dylan Tagium bats fifth, while in the sixth spot, it's left fielder Ashton Bash. Braden Sells bats seventh and plays second. Hector Pina is the designated hitter, and he bats eighth. And rounding out the order, in the ninth spot, is first baseman Ethan Granillo. If you follow the Barons last year, some familiar faces on that Philippines baseball group. It's a pretty cool story, and we'll get into that more throughout the broadcast as they are expanding the Philippines baseball group, not only their summer affiliate team, but what they have going on during the year as well. It's pretty cool to see. We'll get to the starting defense for the Academy Barons as they take the field. They'll be in their navy blue tops and their white bottoms. Very classic look here in the city of Compton. In the outfield from left to right, it's Chip Mertz in left. He moves from the infield to the outfield over this past season. Eiji Sawamura is in center. Antonio Lujan is in right. Nathaniel Williams at third base. Elijah Clayton takes over at short. David Aguirre is at second. Jason Del Villar is at first. Nigel Buckley gets the start behind the dish. And Jimmy Canelli is a starter on the mound. So that's the starting lineups for both these teams. We'll get to the batting order for the Barons ahead of the bottom of the first, as well as the defense for the Philippines baseball group. We are going to do the national anthem in just a moment, so we will cut to another quick break. My name is Noah Alvarez. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll get a notification every time we go live here at the MLB Youth Academy. Back in a sec. Back here on the back here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Back here on the MLB Academy Barons YouTube channel. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in. It's the first of many this summer as the Academy Barons get set to take on the Philippines baseball group for the 2026 home opener. Jimmy Canelli gets the start on the mound for the Academy Barons, and we'll tell you a little bit more about all the members of the Barons this year. We mentioned there's a lot of new faces, but 10 returners from last season. Well, 9 from last season, 1 from the season before that. So there are some familiar faces for the Barons, but Canelli's a newcomer. He's a native to Huntington Beach and went to Cuesta College last year. He's a redshirt sophomore, going to be a redshirt sophomore as he just finished his freshman year. He stands at 6'5". For Cuesta College this past spring, he made 9 appearances, 7 starts. In 17 innings, he finished with a 7.14 ERA. He picked up 8 strikeouts and 11 walks. Batters hit .294 against him. That's the line on Jimmy Canelli. Right-handed pitcher, gets his few warm-up pitches in ahead of the top of the first inning. Nigel Buckley, of course, behind the dish. Second straight summer with the Academy Barons. He played the year last year. Along with Nathaniel Williams at third base, another familiar face at the other corner, Jason Del Villar. Elijah Clayen and David Aguirre are 2 newcomers up the middle in the infield, while Chip Mertz, who we saw play a lot of infield last year, has moved to the outfield. He did that this past spring for Mount Sac. He's in left field. A newcomer, Eiji Sawamura, a native to Matsuyama, Japan, is in center, while Antonio Lujan, another player from last season, is in right field. Keep in mind, too, the sun is over to the left side of the sky, and it will be a battle for the players on the right side of the field. Del Villar, Aguirre, Antonio Lujan, they will have their hands full as it's their first time playing a home game here this season, and will have to battle the sun. Eric Espinoza stands in. First at-bat of the 2026 season, and the first pitch from Canelli as it goes from the windup just below the knees. That's ball 1. Now with the Philippines baseball group, we mentioned it's their second year as an affiliate team. That doesn't mean they host any games during this summer. They're constantly on the road, traveling up and down California. Foul ball, Espinoza has a 1-1 count. Philippines led by first-year head coach Jaden Rainieri. It was Will Picketts who led the team last year, and both him and his father, Bill Picketts, have played a large part in expanding this Philippines baseball group program. Ball skied into the air, right field. Lujan shields his eyes from the sun and makes the first out of the ball game. 1 down in the top of the first. Christian Santiago makes his way to the plate. Another familiar face. We saw him on the Philippines baseball group last summer. 3 pitches, 1 out for Canelli. Santiago does hit from the left side. Savvy shortstop, strong fielder from what we saw last year. Canelli's first pitch to the infielder, right down the heart of the plate, strike 1. Many of these players on the Philippines baseball group just finished their second year out of community college, so they're in the transfer portal looking for a new home. Santiago is one of them. He played at L.A. Pierce, and there's a strong L.A. Pierce connection with this Philippines baseball group team. Picketts is involved at the L.A. Pierce baseball program, and Will Picketts is involved with the softball program, but was involved with the baseball program a few years back. Santiago chases one in the dirt. First strikeout for Canelli. Buckley throws over to Del Villar in time. Score that a strikeout, 2-3 on the putout. 2 outs in the top of the first.
For the Philippines baseball group, third baseman number 19, Nomar Vasquez.
Chance for the third baseman, Nomar Vasquez. Off speed, hits the front door. Nice spot from Canelli. Fell behind to Espinoza, the leadoff hitter, but both Santiago and Vasquez, he fired first pitch strikes. Canelli back from the windup. 0-1 pitch. This time goes outside. Works east-west very quickly in this at-bat. Vasquez down in the count 0-2. Last year, the Barons went 3-1 against the Philippines baseball group, the only team they had a winning record against. The 0-2. Vasquez skies it into the air. Foul territory. Lujan, long run, comes to a slide and makes the grab. Nice play by Lujan in right field, and it's a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the MLB Academy Barons YouTube channel. Before we go to the bottom of the first, just a friendly reminder, when you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you'll get a notification every time we go live. So highly recommend, if you are supporting a member of the Academy Barons this summer, you'll get a notification every time we go live from the Compton Academy Showcase Field. My name is Noah Alvarez. I'll be broadcasting all the games this summer season. Glad you could join us on the first one. Starting lineup for the Academy Barons will look like this. In the leadoff spot, it's Eiji Sawamura, the center fielder. Chip Mertz bats second and plays left field. Third baseman Nathaniel Williams bats third. Jason Del Villar bats cleanup, while catcher Nigel Buckley is in the 5 spot. Antonio Lujan bats sixth, while Elijah Clayton, one of the newcomers, is in the 7 spot. David Aguirre is batting 8th, while Mark Emmerman is the DH and rounds out the order for first-year head coach James Bishop. It is his first year as a manager of the program, but he's no stranger to this Academy Barons squad. He's been an assistant for 17 years, and when the Academy first opened up in 2006, James Bishop has been involved with it in some form or fashion. It's really interesting. There's a lot of things they offer here at the Academy. Training for a lot of youth. That's why it is called the Compton Youth Academy, located on the campus of Compton College. They do a lot of RBI teams, dream teams. There's a lot of games going on in the field behind us over the summer season. But it's a chance for a lot of players native to Compton or in the Compton surrounding area to continue to grow in the sport of baseball, get some prestigious coaching from former big leaguers like James Bishop, Kenny Landra, who was the head coach of the Barons for many years. Both spent times in the big leagues. It's a really beautiful thing that they're doing here on the campus of Compton College. Let's get you the starting defense for the Philippines baseball group. In the outfield from left to right, Austin Bash, Eric Espinoza, and Caden Lewis. At first base, it's Ethan Granillo. Braden Sells is at second. Christian Santiago at short. And at third, it's Nomar Vasquez. Behind the dish, it's Dylan Tagium, another returner for the Philippines baseball group. And Eiji Sawamura checks in for the first time in a Barons uniform in the 2026 season. Native to Matsuyama, Japan. First pitch finds the zone. On the mound for the Philippines baseball group is Dylan Adams. Will be a junior, just finished his season at LA Pierce College. Kicks, deals, Sawamura puts it on the ground to second base. Sells goes with the backhand, ball in the dirt. Granillo able to make a diving pick, athletic play at first. That's how the center fielder is retired. 1 out in the bottom of the first. And steps Chip Mertz, a familiar face if you followed the Academy Barons last summer. First pitch on the edge of the zone. Mertz last season was one of the younger players on the roster. He was straight out of high school, graduated Canyon High School in the spring of 2025, and immediately came to play for the Barons. Next pitch is off the plate. And last summer for the Barons, he finished with 16 hits and 72 at-bats, 10 RBI, scored 13 runs in 21 games. But he played a lot of second base as he takes ball 2. That was his position in high school, but when he went to Mount Sac this past school year, the Mounties had him play in the outfield. Played mainly left field, but did play some center as well. A lot of versatility. He's one of the faster players on the roster. 2-0 It's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Hitter's friendly count for Mertz. He hits from the left side. Adams' pitch. Mertz shoots it into left field, but Austin Bash has time and corrals it for the second out. If you're new to the summer ball scene as well, it's worth noting that the teams in the California Collegiate League all use wooden bats. It's a wooden bat league, so the players have to make an adjustment from swinging an aluminum bat in the spring season to swinging a wooden bat in the summer. Not as much pop. We don't see as many home runs, although I say as many lightly because we have a home run hitter here, Nathaniel Williams, in the 3 spot. First pitch strike, Adams uses the backdoor slider. Williams was second on the team last summer with 4 home runs. And went on to hit 9 home runs in the spring season for Santa Ana College. Skies this into deep center field. Espinoza on the run towards left center. Hauls it in. Impressive catch by the center fielder. And just like the top of the first, we have a 1-2-3 bottom of the first inning. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in. When we come back, the top of the second after a quick break. Back here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel, top of the second inning, 4-5-6 due up for the Philippines baseball group, and Jimmy Canale returns to the mound. Canale, a native to Huntington Beach, and went to Huntington Beach High School, home of the Oilers, before playing his freshman season at Cuesta College. Cuesta, if you're unfamiliar, is in the Western State Conference in the North Division. They're up there around Santa Barbara City College and play the likes of those teams. Quite a ways away he went, as he went from Huntington Beach to Cuesta. Caden Lewis to lead things off for the Philippines baseball group. First game of the 2026 season for both these teams. First pitch sails above the zone. Expect a bullpen game today for the Barons as everyone gets their pitches in and gets acclimated. Opening weekend. Canale's next pitch fouled straight back off the mask of Buckley. Canale only needed 9 pitches to get out of the first inning. Buckley gets some extra time as the home plate umpire wipes off the dish. Scoreless ball game in the top of the second. My name is Noah Alvarez. Canale's 1-1. On the corner. Beautiful spot. Two-strike count to the hitter, Caden Lewis. Canale's next pitch dips below the knees. Count even at 2-2. Lewis puts this on the ground for the second baseman. Aguirre gathers and throws over to first in time. The first out of the top of the second inning. Aguirre is one of those new faces for the Academy Barons. He spent this past spring as a redshirt freshman at LMU, Loyola Marymount University. Did not see any action as he redshirted the whole year. But he's a native to Pico Rivera. Went to El Rancho High School, home of the Dons. First pitch for Dylan Tagium, the catcher. It pops out of Buckley's glove, but it's still ruled strike one. Tagium is a incoming senior, also in the portal. A lot of players in the portal in these summer leagues. Ball shot into right field. Another chance for Lujan. Tracks it well, and it's the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down. 5 straight retired to start the ball game for Jimmy Canale. Austin Bash makes his way to the plate.
Coming to the plate for the Philippines baseball group, number 14, Austin Bush.
2 outs, nobody on base. The left fielder hits from the left side. Canale from the windup. First pitch strike on the corner. Starting next week, you'll begin to see the Barons as well as these other teams in the California Collegiate League let their starters go deep. But because this is the first weekend of the league, don't expect Canale or any of the starters this weekend to go deep into the ball game, even if they're efficient. It's a chance for all the arms to get loose, get familiar with the mound, and then get put into their roles as the season progresses along. 0-2 count after the foul ball to Austin Bosch. Downstairs. Waste pitch. One ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Canale's next pitch, swing and a miss. First strikeout of the inning, and that's the third out. To the bottom of the second we go. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Jason Del Villar to lead things off in the home half of the second inning. We're scoreless. Home opener for the Academy Barons as they take on the Philippines baseball group, a team that the Academy Barons dominated last summer. Excuse me. They went 3-1 versus the Philippines baseball group, but it was the only team they had a winning record against. The Barons finished 13-21 in 2025. And the first pitch from Dylan Adams to Jason Del Villar is in for strike one. Both pitchers were efficient in the first inning. Dylan Adams used 9 pitches, just as Jimmy Canale did. 0-1 count. Adams kicks, deals, Del Villar takes downstairs. Del Villar is an important returner for the Barons this summer. Last year, He participated in the showcase game at the halfway point. Put up monster numbers in the summer season. Hit .310. Takes ball 2. And last year was a big summer for Del Villar because in the spring prior, he was a member of the Sonoma State baseball team. And if you remember, in January of 2025, Sonoma State discontinued all their athletic programs. So he, and along with many others, had to find new homes. Del Villar fouls this off the catcher's mask. And Del Villar did find a new home at Cal State Monterey Bay. He tore it up there this past spring. Finished with a .318 batting average, and he led the team with 66 RBIs, which was second most in the conference and the third most in program history. So he's used to battling in the middle of the order. It's a 2-2 count. Chopper, foul to the third base dugout. Del Villar also showed a lot of versatility in the summer season. Played a lot of first base, but at the beginning of the season was used mainly as a corner outfielder in left field or right field. The Barons started last summer with Trevor Schmidt, who's a very talented first baseman. 2-2 from Dylan Adams. Roped into center field. Espinoza straight back, but camps underneath for the first out of the inning. Neither team able to have a base runner. Bottom of the second, 1 out. Nigel Buckley makes his way to the plate. Another returner for the Academy Barons, back-to-back summers. Native to Los Angeles and went to Sarah Gardena High School. Last year there was about 9 players on the Academy Barons roster that went to Sarah High School in Gardena. First pitch is off the plate. Like Del Villar, Buckley had a monster spring season, but at Cal State Dominguez Hills, and we'll get you the numbers after this pitch. Puts it into center field. Espinoza races in, and on the line, he makes the catch. So we'll tell you those numbers later on. 2 up, 2 down for Dylan Adams. 8 pitches thus far in the inning. That'll bring up Antonio Lujan. It's a stretch of familiar faces, as Lujan also played last summer for the Academy Barons. However, this spring with the Azusa Pacific only appeared in 3 games before he suffered a season-ending injury. But he was cleared to play towards the end of the season and is ready for summer ball. He's in the transfer portal looking for a new home. First pitch from Adams, takes downstairs. Now last summer in the opening game, Antonio Lujan hit a home run, and it was his only home run of the summer ball season. A native to Los Alamitos, went to Cypress High School. Next pitch from Adams, off the plate. What was really impressive about Lujan last summer, didn't matter what count he was in, 2 strikes or a hitter's friendly count. He looked so comfortable at the plate. Has great plate vision, good sense of the zone. The 2-0, yanks it foul. First strike of the at-bat. 2 outs, nobody on base for Antonio Lujan. In his freshman season for the Azusa Pacific Cougars, he hit .284, drove in 42 runs, and finished the year with 10 home runs. Showed a lot of power in that freshman season, but of course only 3 games played in this spring before a season-ending injury. So it's good to see him back on the field. 2-1 count. The right-hander's next pitch. Generous strike call. The count is even. Lujan ready. Adams next pitch, well off the plate. Couldn't find the grip on that one. Full count, nobody on base, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Lujan finished last summer with a .287 batting average and only had 11 strikeouts to 11 walks. He's a hard player to retire, doesn't swing and miss a whole lot. Lujan launches one. Right field. It's going to be playable. Caden Lewis hauls it in for the third out. Another 1-2-3 inning. Neither team has had a base runner as we head to the top of the third. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball. We'll be back in a sec. Top of the third inning, and we'll see the bottom part of the order and a new pitcher on the mound for the Academy Barons. Daniel Rivera takes over and fires a first pitch strike to Braden Sells. Braden Sells to lead things off, Hector Pina, and then Ethan Granillo. Those are the three batters due up. 6 straight retired by Jimmy Canale, but pitching coach A.J. Monterez told us he's going to get many different guys warmed up, get some of their first action of the season today, as we usually do see in opening weekend. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Sells, the second baseman. Daniel Rivera played this past spring at Vanguard, Division II, that plays the likes of Azusa Pacific or Concordia, Biola, just to name a few schools. Gets the second strike of the at-bat. Rivera made 11 appearances, pitched 26 innings. Foul ball, and Sells stays alive. Rivera from the windup, breaking ball. Catches the zone, and that's strike 3. Sells retired, first strikeout for the new reliever. Daniel Rivera, native to Yucaipa, all the way out there in the desert. If you're familiar with what Joshua Tree is, it's not too far from the national park. A couple players on the roster, both him and an infielder that we'll see, I'm sure, at some point this season, Caden Durazo, native to Yucaipa. They come a long ways. 1 out in the inning, no one on base. First pitch above the letters to Hector Pina. Now this Philippines baseball group, there's a few players that were just added to the roster. We got their roster pretty late. We didn't have a chance to do deep dives on many of them. Next pitch by Pina is fouled off. Like many of his teammates, Pena played at Ventura College. There's a couple players on the roster from the Ventura Pirates. Pena's the DH today. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Rivera delivers another strike, and Pena sends it foul. Rivera also got a chance to hit for Vanguard and the Lions offense this past spring. Picked up 6 hits and 36 at-bats. Did drive in 1 run, so limited opportunity. We'll see if he gets the hit this summer. 1-2 pitch, misses down and in. Count even to the designated hitter. Ethan Granillo awaits on deck. Next pitch, just fouled out of the glove of Buckley. Count remains the same. So Canelli finishes his outing after 2 innings, 21 pitches. Picked up 2 strikeouts, didn't walk a batter or allow any hits. Breaking ball, dips out of the zone, and the count is full. Pretty efficient start for the right-hander, Jimmy Canelli. Daniel Rivera takes over, has a full count to the 8-hitter Hector Pena. Payoff pitch, and Pena stays alive. Rivera from the windup. Another payoff pitch driven into left center field, and that will get down. It bounces in front of Mertz. First hit of the ball game by either side. Rivera will have to work from the stretch. 1 out. A runner on first here in the top of the 3rd inning. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Chance for the 9-hitter, Ethan Granillo. First baseman in the lineup for first-year head coach Jaden Rainieri. First pitch from Rivera, misses his spot. Falls behind in the count. Granillo just finished community college ball, looking for a new home. Will be a junior this upcoming season. Rivera battles back with the strike. That one misses down and in. Second time he's missed with that pitch. That breaking ball looks like from Rivera's left hand. Spins out of the zone. Not a bad idea, because if you get the right-hander to swing, more often than not, it'll be a weak ground ball or a swing and miss. Small lead at first base. Pena stays put, and this one up the middle. A chance for Clayton, and he whiffs on it. Ends up in center field. Runners on first and second after the misplay. First chance on the summer season for Elijah Clayton. Can't make the play. Would have been tailor-made as David Aguirre was covering second. First pitch to Eric Espinoza. He skies it into the infield. Right side, Aguirre calls off his first baseman, and the umpires call infield fly. So neither runners can advance. Missed opportunity by Espinoza and the Philippines baseball group. Rivera checks on the runner at second. Delivers on home, and the first pitch is down and away. Lefty-on-lefty matchup for Christian Santiago. Always tricky with the lefty-on-lefty matchups. Favorable matchup for the pitcher, Rivera. He pitches from the third base side of the rubber. Santiago swings over the top. Count even at 1-1. In his first at-bat, Santiago was set down via the strikeout. That was versus Jimmy Canelli. Daniel Rivera on the mound for the Barons. Second pitcher of the afternoon, and expect to see quite a few this Friday evening. Santiago skies it into left field. Easy play for Chip Mertz, and that's the third out in the inning. The Philippines baseball group threatens in the top of the third. They get 2 runners on, but are unable to capitalize. We're scoreless as we head to the bottom of the third inning, and when we come back, Elijah Clayton to lead things off for the Barons after this.
What player on the Barons will make the best head coach? I think Jimmy for sure.
Jimmy Welsher. He has all the tools.
Yo, I got to go with Jimmy too. Welsh, he just knows ball. I think he'd be a good coach. I trust him with my kid in the future.
Going with the Tommy Gooden.
Give me Jacob Kanoski.
Trevor Schmidt. Easy answer. Jimmy Welsher, Jimmy Hoffa.
Jay Klinoski. I think the best head coach would be my boy right here, Hondo. From the side. From the side.
Nah, I think I'd have to give it to Pride.
Back here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel, Dylan Adams returns to the mound for the Philippines baseball group. Bottom of the third, and we'll see the bottom part of the order for the Academy Barons. They're led by first-year manager James Bishop. Elijah Clayton to lead things off, takes ball 1. Adams has thrown 25 pitches after that first one, and he misses back-to-back to the shortstop. An early chance for Clayton to redeem himself after the error defensively. Clayton is in the transfer portal after spending last season at Campbell University. Skies the next pitch into the air. Tagium takes off the mask. Playable in foul territory, and Clayton's retired. Barons are still looking for their first base runner. Efficient thus far for Dylan Adams, and he's done it all via the pop out or the fly out. He's only gotten 1 ground ball. He hasn't struck out a batter. In the second inning, all 3 batters flew out to the outfield. There were lazy fly balls. 1 down, nobody on base for David Aguirre. Fouls the first pitch to the third base dugout to members of the Barons as they have a laugh. Aguirre played at Garfield High School over in the East Los Angeles area. Spent this past spring with LMU, but did not play. Redshirted in his first year with the Lions. Next pitch from Adams misses down and in. It was a rough year for the LMU Lions as they finished last in the West Coast Conference. The conference was eventually won by St. Mary's, who went on to defeat UCLA in the regionals last weekend in pretty surprising fashion. 2 strikes, and 1 ball to David Aguirre. Aguirre was a captain his senior year at El Rancho High School. Not a program that produces a lot of baseball players. You like to see that, especially from a small town like Pico Rivera. Aguirre skies it into the air. Another weak pop-up in foul territory. The third baseman, Nomar Vasquez, there and hauls it in. Second out. From what we've seen thus far from Dylan Adams, he doesn't throw very hard, and sometimes that can be the case when you get an offense used to seeing guys who throw harder, and then you see someone just a tad bit slower. You're slightly underneath it. You're thinking about driving the ball deep and out of the ballpark, but sometimes you just miss it, and it results in a lazy pop fly like that last one. A chance of the 9-hitter, Mark Emmerman. First pitch strike to the designated hitter. There's a couple of San Diego State players on this roster. Mark Emmerman is one of the two. Emmerman ropes it into deep left field. Austin Bash is back at the track and hauls it in for a loud out number 3. We're still scoreless as we head to the top of the 4th inning. When we come back, Philippines will send Nomar Vasquez, their 3-hitter, after this commercial break. Back here at the Academy, here in the city of Compton, another beautiful evening. Things have breezed on by as we're in the top of the 4th inning. Neither team has been able to push across a run, and the Philippines baseball group is the only team with the base runner. They picked up a hit and then an error in the top of the 3rd inning against Daniel Rivera. However, both runners were stranded at first and second to end the inning. Rivera will take on the 3, 4, 5 hitters, the heart of the order for the Philippines baseball group. Nomar Vasquez to lead things off, followed by Caden Lewis and Dylan Tagia. It's the first ball game of the 2026 season. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. The Barons have finished with 13 wins in each of the last 2 seasons, but neither of those records good enough to make the postseason. The top 4 teams make it to the playoffs from this California Collegiate League South Division. And we say 4, even though only 3 get in, but the Santa Barbara Foresters play in a different postseason. First pitch to Nomar Vasquez is in for strike 1. Speaking of the CCL, we'll see if we can get some scores from around the California Collegiate League. 0-1 count, top of the 4th inning. Vasquez fouls off the next pitch. He's down in the 2-strike count. Action got started earlier this week on Tuesday, June 2nd. The Riptide defeated the San Diego Bombers. Both the Riptide and the Bombers are in the CCL South. No team from the South active on Thursday or on Wednesday or Thursday. Vasquez checks his swing, another foul ball into the net. And then also going on today, over at Jackie Robinson Field in Pasadena, the San Diego Waves have a 4-0 lead over the Arroyo Seco Saints, a team that the Barons will play tomorrow. Rivera's next pitch misses downstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Riptide are also playing tonight. They're scoreless in the top of the 1st inning with the San Diego Bombers. That ball game just got started. Next pitch, can't hit the spot. Count even to the 3rd baseman, Vasquez. So those are the scores from around the California Collegiate League. Rivera's next pitch at the letters. That's strike 3. His second strikeout of the outing. First out on the top of the 4th.
For the Philippines, number 6, Caden Lewis.
4 of the batters for the Philippines baseball group offense have gone down via the strikeout. Rough start thus far. First pitch is at the letters. It's been a wide zone this evening. First pitch strike to Caden Lewis, the right fielder. Grounded out to second in his first at-bat. Below the knees for ball 1. Rivera being a native to Yucaipa, but he went to Arrowhead Charter High School. Sorry, Arrowhead Christian High School. He misses upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yucaipa, about a 3-hour drive from the city of Compton, so I'm imagining they're staying somewhere local during the summer season, because that'd be quite a drive to do every day. That's strike 2. Rivera turns to the breaking ball, and he has a lot of confidence in that pitch. He's thrown it for a strike a few different times already in his outing. Has another batter in a 2-2 count. Rivera from the windup. Lewis stays alive with the foul ball. The next pitch, swing and a miss. Another strikeout. Buckley hangs on, throws down to third as the Barons throw around. Third strikeout for Rivera in the outing, and it's a second out in the top of the 4th.
Number 27, Dylan Taggio.
Both Jimmy Canale and Daniel Rivera sharp to start this ball game off for the Barons. Good sight to see. Pitching was a struggle last year for the Barons. They finished with a team ERA of 5.99, which was 5th best in the CCL, or 5th highest, excuse me, 5th highest ERA. First pitch strike to the catcher, Dylan Tagium. Tagium behind on the fastball. No balls and 2 strikes quickly. A chance for a 1-2-3 inning for the southpaw. That's right there. 4 strike 3, a 1-2-3 inning. And Rivera strikes out the side in the top of the 4th. What a performance by the lefty. Got to imagine he'd be done for the evening. As we turn to the bottom of the 4th, top of the order due up for the Barons after this.
What player on the Barons would make the best head coach? I think Jimmy for sure.
Jimmy Welsher. He has all the tools.
Yo, I got to go with Jimmy too. Welsh, he just knows ball. I think he'd be a good coach. I trust him with my kid in the future.
Going with the Tommy Gooden.
Give me Jacob Kanoski.
Trevor Schmidt. Easy answer. Jimmy Welsher, Jimmy Hoffa.
Jake Klinoski. I think the best head coach would be my boy right here, Hondo. From the sack.
I think I'd have to give it to probably one of the youngsters, probably Campo or Chip. I feel like they would make it. Campo he's our catcher. He's been calling games all summer.
Best head coach. Honestly, Jimmy's probably a good pick. He's been in the game, or Klinoski. He's been in the game a while, so that's probably the best option.
Easy answer. I choose myself.
What player on the Barons would make the best head coach? I think Jimmy for sure.
Jimmy Welsher. He has all the tools.
Bottom of the fourth inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Philippines baseball group, or you can call him PBG for short, as you see in the scorebook that we have in the top left. But the new pitcher on the mound is a right-hander by the name of Julian Castro. Big shout out to Bill Pickett as he had to make his way over from the dugout and let us know who he was on the mound, because Castro's wearing number 19. There's other 19 on the field in Nomar Vazquez at third base. But Julian Castro, normally number 12, Pickett's mentioned that they haven't had their uniforms come in for this season. They're custom uniforms that they get every summer, so they're still wearing some of the uniforms from last season. Castro takes over the ball game. Dylan Adams goes 3 innings, throws 34 pitches, and a whole lot of zeros after that. Didn't strike out anybody, didn't issue any walks, but didn't allow any hits or runs to come across. 9 up, 9 down, retired by the starter, Dylan Adams. Julian Castro takes over, and it's a first pitch strike to the center fielder, Eiji Sawamura. Downstairs for ball 1. Sawamura is another player in the transfer portal. He's bounced around a lot in his collegiate career. Spent 2 years at Odessa Community College in Texas. Then transferred to Eastern New Mexico, where he spent last season and played a whole lot of ball games. Played in 42, finished with 56 hits, a batting average of .360. Good speed on the base pass as he had 17 stolen bases in the spring. Takes a healthy hack, fouls it straight back. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Nobody on base, nobody out. The 2-2 runs inside and plunks him. The Barons have their first base runner of the evening. Find a way to get on any way you can. And we just told you, Sawamura runs really well. Expect him to give him the green light. James Bishop is the third base coach this summer for the Barons. Lorenzo Gray at first base. Chip Mertz at the plate. He has good speed out of the batter's box. Will be tough for the Philippines defense to double them up. Sends a first pitch foul. Decent sized lead at first base. Sawamura stays put. Castro misses down and in. Mertz flew out to left field. It's good contact, but enough time for the left fielder, Austin Bashed, to haul it in on the run. 1-1 count. Mertz fooled by the off speed. It's 2-strike count. Nathaniel Williams awaits on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Next pitch from Castro. Mertz bounces one high towards Gray at first base. Coach Gray goes for the bare hand. It's about this time at the academy where we'll see players on the right side of the field really battle the sun. No players more than the first baseman and the runner on first. Granillo holds the runner. He has the shades on. Mertz shoots it into left field and foul. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. You could just see the glare on your screen from the wall in right field. That sun very bright. always at this time of the day. Sawamura takes off for second. The throw down, high, and it nearly gets into center field. Heads up play by Braden Sells, the second baseman, to back it up. First stolen base of the summer. That pitch was ruled a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Chip Mertz. Next pitch from Castro. Mertz stays alive. Remember, Mertz was the youngest player on the roster last season for the Academy Barons in the summer. Went on to play spring ball at Mount Sac and put up some good numbers. Hit .364 and drove in 28 runs. Sawamura has a big lead at second. Next pitch from Castro, and Mertz has another foul ball. But it's no surprise that Mertz had such a successful season in his freshman year. He's a player who works very hard. He grew up going to the MLB Youth Academy. Trained here often and is very familiar with lots of the coaches. The 2-2 again. Downstairs, and Mertz has worked the count full. Chance for the Barons to strike first in the bottom of the 4th. Still looking for their first base knock. Sawamura at second. Castro kicks and deals. Sawamura takes off for third. He'll get there no problem. Sells, handles a tricky hop, and Mertz is retired at first. There wasn't going to be a play at third, even with Sawamura going. There's a runner 90 feet away for the Barons. Williams steps in. A player who finished with 41 RBIs in the spring, and he helped Santa Ana College win the 3C 2A state championship at the community college level. A few Santa Ana College players on the roster this summer. First pitch from Castro. Williams rips it into right field, and it falls fair. An RBI single in the bottom of the 4th. The Barons are on top 1-0 over the PBG. Just what you would expect out of a player hitting in the 3 spot. Williams delivers. He's a capable base runner as well. Finished the spring season with 7 stolen bases. Last summer, he picked up 5. Not the fastest player, but he's very savvy. Gets off to good jumps. Reads pitchers well. And we'll see if he's on the move with Jason Del Villar at the plate. Only 1 out in the inning. 1-0 count to Del Villar, who flew out to center field. Small lead at first by Williams. Castro's next pitch sent into the air. Lazy fly ball for Espinoza. And a few steps. And that's the 2nd out of the inning.
Number 16.
2 outs, runner on first for Nigel Buckley. Buckley also flew out to center field in the 2nd inning. Dylan Adams, a starter for PBG, recorded a lot of lazy fly balls. Did a nice job on the mound. However, Julian Castro takes over in the bottom of the 4th. Barons lead 1-0. First pitch breaking ball finds the top of the zone. Buckley put up a monster spring, hit .390 in the spring season with Cal State Dominguez Hills. They participate in the CCAA division or conference. Next pitch is sent foul. No balls and 2 strikes. For his performance in the spring, Buckley was named first team all-conference. Buckley rips one into center field. Another chance for Espinoza. To his right a few steps, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. But the Barons strike first in the bottom of the 4th. Williams delivers. An RBI single to put the Barons on top over PBG. We head to the top of the 5th. Thanks for tuning in to Barons Baseball here on the Barons YouTube channel. Top of the 5th inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Academy Barons as a left-hander who takes over. Caden Chavez. Caden Chavez is an incoming sophomore. He stands at 5'11". He's a native to Long Beach and played at Loyola High School in Los Angeles. Spent his freshman season at Fordham University. He's set to take on the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Austin Bash, Braden Sells, and Hector Pina. Nigel Buckley has a quick word with his pitcher. Top of the 5th inning. Barons have a 1-0 lead over PBG. First ball game of the 2026 summer season. And the first pitch from the southpaw is in for strike 1. Already we've seen more southpaws on the roster this season than we did see last year. We saw 2 in action. Daniel Rivera just pitched the last 2. Chavez gets a foul ball to the right side. And the count moves quickly to 0-2 to the left fielder, Austin Bash. But as I make my way through the roster, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other left-handers on the roster that we haven't seen today. So we knew we were going to see Daniel Rivera and Caden Chavez. The next pitch from Chavez is in the dirt. A lot of lefties could play to a benefit for the Barons down the summer stretch. They finished 13-21 last summer. Just off the plate. Good idea. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the spring, Chavez made 6 appearances, and 5 of those were starts for Fordham. He pitched 14 innings and a third. Foul ball, and Bash stays alive. In those 14 and a third innings, he gave up 15 runs, all of which were earned. Picked up 13 strikeouts, 12 walks. Batters hit .281 against the left-hander. The 2-2. Front door breaking ball. That's strike 3. First strikeout for Chavez on the mound. The Barons throw it around here to begin the top of the 5th inning. That's 4 straight batters for the PBG offense that have been retired via the strikeout. Daniel Rivera struck out the previous 3. Braden Sell steps in, second baseman. Second at-bat of the evening. Takes a first pitch ball. Pretty close to the knees, but tough pitch for Chavez. Sells, shoots one to the right side and over the head of Aguirre. It gets into right field. A one-out base knock for the PBG offense. We'll see how aggressive the Philippines baseball group is on the base paths with the left-hander on the mound. Hector Pena makes his way to the batter's box. For those who are curious and trying to keep tabs of multiple scores, we do have a score at halftime. Sorry, there is going to be a pinch runner, so let's get you that first. Pinch runner for Noah. It looks like it's Noah Rodriguez. First pitch to Pena, down and in. One 0 count, runner on first. Chavez's next pitch, weakly hit on the ground for Aguirre. Turns it over to Clayton for one on to first. That's a double play, 4-6-3. Nice job by the two new middle infielders for the Barons. And a double play gets them out of the jam. To the bottom of the fifth. And before we send it to break, the New York Knicks have a 56-52 lead at the half over the San Antonio Spurs, in case you guys are trying to keep tabs on multiple scores. We'll be sure to give you a couple updates throughout the broadcast, as well as updates from around the CCL. All right, bottom of the fifth when we come back. Back here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel, Antonio Lujan to lead things off in the home half of the fifth. He takes a first pitch ball from Julian Castro. Castro threw 22 pitches and surrendered the first run of the ball game. We do have some defensive substitutions for PBG, and we'll relay those to you in just a sec once we have them all squared away. Swing and a miss by Lujan. 1 ball and 1 strike. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Lujan is a switch hitter. Fouls off the next pitch, and he's down to the count 1-2. It will be Antonio Lujan, then Elijah Clayton, followed by David Aguirre, the 6, 7, 8 hitters in the home half of the fifth inning. The Barons picked up their first and only run in the bottom of the fourth on an RBI single by Williams. Lujan goes down swinging. First out and first strikeout for Castro.
Coming to the plate for the Barons, number 29, Elijah Clayton.
Elijah Clayton for his second at-bat this evening. The shortstop committed an error. Back in the top of the third inning defensively. Looks to redeem himself. He popped up to the catcher in foul territory in his only at-bat. Elijah, the son of Royce Clayton, former big leaguer, spent 17 seasons in the majors, played for 11 different teams. Clayton, swing and miss. Elijah's a native to Thousand Oaks and went to Oaks Christian. Spent one season at Cal before transferring to Campbell University. And again is in the transfer portal. Looking for a new home in his junior season. Castro puts one on the very edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to the shortstop. One out, nobody on base. Castro's next pitch. Check swing. Home plate umpire says Clayton went around. Back-to-back strikeouts for Julian Castro on the mound. So we have those defensive substitutions for you here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Aguirre takes ball 1. It's a 1-1 count to the second baseman. Mason Fang was the pinch runner, and he takes over at second base. Simon Hoffman takes over at first. Much taller frame over on the right side of the infield. 2 strikes on David Aguirre after the last pitch from Castro. And Noah Rodriguez takes over in left field. Again, the Philippines have a lot of players wearing the same number. Aguirre skies one lazily into center field. Santiago nearly collides with his teammate and drops the ball. That was going to be a tough play. Santiago had to go a long way, and Mason Fang nearly collided with him. Aguirre's on first. Inning continues. Julian Castro works from the stretch. First pitch to Mark Emmerman. Sends one into the dugout, and it takes a wicked bounce. Might have gone one of the Barons players as everyone makes some reaction noise over there. It's ruled an E6 defensively. Aguirre reaches. First base runner of the inning for the Barons. Can they put together a 2-out rally? Next pitch is a good one. It's ruled ball 1. Mark Emmerman hit arguably the deepest fly ball of the ball game, all the way to left field on the track. But it was no problem for Austin Bashk. It's Noah Rodriguez in left field now. A pitch in a very similar spot, and that's strike 2. Bottom of the 5th inning. Aguirre takes off for second. The throw down, a good one, but Fang can't hang on. It gets into center field. As a runner in scoring position, count moves to 2-2 for Emmerman. Two balls and 2 strikes. Emmerman ropes another one. Deep, but foul. He's shown good power early on. Both Emmerman and teammates with the Baron, Jackson Tyler, spent last season at San Diego State. Both are in the transfer portal. Emmerman did appear in 8 games for the Aztecs. Takes ball 3. He shows strong discipline in this at-bat here. 2 outs, runner on second, bottom of the 5th inning. He only had 2 hits in 15 at-bats in his freshman season. He's a native to Torrance, another player who went to Junipero and Gardena. Slaps it into right field, shallow fly ball for Lewis. Long run, and he comes to a slide to make the grab. So the Barons get a runner in scoring position, but can't cash in. They still lead 1-0, or 1-0. Not quite soccer season just yet, but the World Cup is around the corner. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Thanks for tuning in to Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. It's the top of the 6th inning here at the Compton Youth Academy, located on the campus of Compton College. We'll see a pinch hitter hit for Ethan Granillo in the 9 spot. His only at bat, he reached on an error by the shortstop, Elijah Clayton. First pitch to Simon Hoffman is in for strike 1. Simon Hoffman wears 00, and we mentioned earlier in the broadcast that it's the first game of the season for both these teams, and the Philippines baseball group hasn't gotten their new uniforms in because there is another 00 on the roster, Kaleo Holguin. We thought it was him who entered the ball game defensively, but shout out to assistant coach and one of the important players, important front office members, and Bill Pickett's for relaying the message on the cross-up on uniforms. It's a 1-2 count after the pitch in the dirt. Caden Chavez is still on the mound for the Academy Barons. First ball game of the summer. The lights are on at the Academy. The sun hasn't quite set, but overcast has blocked the sun. So the right side of the infield no longer has to battle the elements. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. The southpaw's next pitch, swing and a miss, another strikeout. The Barons pitchers have been sharp in the outing. Between 3 different pitchers on the mound, that's 8 strikeouts thus far. And James Bishop makes his way to home plate to chat with the umpire, maybe about one of the number substitutions. Maybe they'll give PBG a bit of grace as it is the first game of the season. And assistant coach Bill Pickett's told us they haven't received their uniforms quite yet. Another pinch hitter looks like. And 22, Tyler Primanto will pinch hit for Eric Espinoza. And if that isn't the player, well, I'm sure we'll get Bill Pickett's in the press box soon to let us know. First pitch, swing and a miss. Good breaking stuff from Chavez. Chavez works quickly. Another breaking ball. Primanto can't connect. Primanto was another player on the team last summer for PBG. Likes to go no batting gloves. He's down the count 0-2. Chavez misses high. 19 pitches in the outing thus far. 1 out, nobody on base in the top of the 6th. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. Swing and a miss. Primanto chases one in the dirt. Buckley gets to it quickly. Barehand throw. What a spin and churn by the catcher, Buckley. 2 outs in the inning. Another strikeout. 9 in the ball game by the Barons pitching staff. It's an encouraging sign. It's only the first game of the season, and first pitch strike to the shortstop, Christian Santiago. 2 outs, nobody on base for the PBG offense. We'll assume this is Chavez's last batter or last out that'll get in this outing. He pitched a clean top of the 5th inning, only allowed 1 base runner. A foul ball by Santiago, and he's down in the count 0-2. David Aguirre shifted a few steps to his left towards the 3-full hole on the right side of the infield. Next pitch, Santiago slaps it into left field. Low line drive, and Mertz only has to move 1 step to his right. That's the 3rd out of the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning by a Barons pitcher. Very encouraging if you're a Barons fan as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Top of the order due up for the Academy Barons after this. Back here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel, bottom of the 6th inning, top of the order due up. We'll see the center fielder, Eiji Sawamura. First pitch swing sends it into the Barons bullpen. Foul ball to start the at-bat. How do you Ronan Nuki is the new pitcher for PBG. Sawamura squared around to bunt, then pulled it back. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Nuki was a player on the Philippines baseball group last summer. Will be a junior this upcoming season and also looking for a new home. Couple defensive changes as well. The right-hander falls behind in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ronan Nuki on the mound and taken over at short is Ajani Wrightster. Moving to third base is Christian Santiago. Upstairs, 3 balls and 1 strike to count to Sawamura. So no more Vasquez, no longer in the game. The next pitch from Nuki. Finds the letters. Count is full. Nuki is the 3rd pitcher used by PBG and first-year head coach Jaden Rainieri. Nuki kicks, steals, delivers one upstairs. A leadoff base runner for the Barons in the home half of the 6th inning. While we have this break in the action, during the 6th inning, we'll get you some score updates from the California Collegiate League. Both teams participate in the South Division. The top 3 teams get in, but it's really 4 because the Santa Barbara Foresters, who usually finish very strong in the regular season, they compete in the NBC World Series, a different postseason, I believe in Kansas or Missouri, one of those Midwest states. First pitch from Nuki, high and away. A leadoff walk. Sawamura's at first base. Does have a stolen base on the evening. And it's a 1-0 count to the left fielder, Chip Mertz. He's 0 for 2, a ground out to second in his last at-bat. Runner takes off. Mertz skies into the air. A chance for Wrightster, who just checked in. Sawamura makes it back to first without a throw, and Mertz is retired. One down, runner on first. The bottom of the 6th, San Diego Waves have a 10-2 lead over the Arroyo Seco Saints. That's who the Barons will play tomorrow here at the Compton Youth Academy. Game time also at 6:05 p.m. Sawamura takes off on the first pitch. Here's the throw down from Tagium. It's a strong one, but not going to be in time. Second stolen base for Sawamura. Williams has a 1-0 count. Another runner in scoring position. Williams drove in the only run of the ball game in the bottom of the 4th. Williams rips another down the right field line, and it stays fair. That kicks off the wall. Sawamura rounds third. He scores the 2nd run of the ball game, and the Barons have a 2-0 lead. Williams continues to shine, and he doesn't always have to do it flashy. We've told you time and time again that he's a very savvy player. He can hit for some power, and he showed us that last summer. He was 2nd on the team with 4 home runs. He finished with 9 in the spring with Santa Ana College. But that time, picks up another RBI single, his 2nd of the ball game, and he's responsible for both runs in today's contest. He's at second base. He runs well. Chance for Jason Del Villar to hit, or what the runner in scoring position, in the first pitch misses well upstairs. Del Villar ducks out of the way. Another game going down in Southern California. The OC Riptide and the San Diego Bombers are scoreless in the bottom of the 2nd. Del Villar rips one to straightaway center. Caught. And Nathaniel Williams tags from 2nd to 3rd. No throw at third base, and there's a runner 90 feet away.
16, Nigel Buckley.
Okay. Buckley on the first pitch, puts one to Wrightster at short. He has trouble, and he'll plate another run as Buckley beats the throw. Weird play as he stumbled up on first base. A close play at first base, but Buckley beats the throw from Wrightster. Not sure if he would have had a play even if he grabbed it cleanly. So Williams comes in to score the third run of the ball game for the Academy Barons. They lead 3-0. RBI infield single for Buckley. Chance for Antonio Lujan. Runner on first, 2 outs. Nuki's first pitch downstairs. Nuki takes a couple peeks back to first base. Next pitch is high and wide. 2-0 count to Lujan. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat, then struck out swinging in his second. Buckley has a small lead at first. Lujan puts one on the ground for the second baseman. Fang goes the short way to first. A nice play by Hoffman to pick it out of the dirt. That's the third out of the inning, but not before 2 more runs come in to score. One thanks to the RBI double by Nathaniel Williams. He has 2 RBIs on the evening, and the Barons lead 3-0, large part due to the third baseman. To the top of the 7th we go. Thanks for tuning in to Barons Baseball here on the Academy.
Left-handed pitcher number 15, Holden Huckafay. Leading off for the Philippines at the top of the 7th inning, number 2, Johnny Wrightster.
Top of the 7th inning. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up, and a Johnny Wrightster gets his first at-bat of the evening. He'll take on a new pitcher on the mound for the Academy Barons. That's the left-hander Holden Hungerford. First pitch from the southpaw. Misses outside. Hungerford works quickly from the windup. Wrightster takes the big hack and comes up empty. Johnny Wrightster took over at shortstop. but he bats in the place of the third baseman, Nomar Vasquez. He sends the next pitch into center field. No problem for Sawamura, and it's the first out of the inning. 2 pitches, 1 out for the new left-hander, Holden Hungerford. We've seen 3 left-handers thus far for the Academy Barons. Hungerford spent this past season at Chaminade, which is a Division II university that competes in the Pac West, along the likes of Concordia, as well as Azusa Pacific, Westmont, and a few other schools. Point Loma, who made a deep run in the Division II postseason. Hungerford fires a first pitch strike. Caden Lewis fouls off the next pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. Lewis steps back in. Hungerford from the windup. High and wide. Misses with the breaking ball. Seen a lot of substitutions for the PBG offense. Another one awaits on deck. Swing and a miss. Hungerford picks up his first strikeout. Second out of the inning. Strong pitching we've seen from the Barons pitching staff. As a unit, they've combined for 11 different strikeouts. There was 2 by the starter, Jimmy Canelli. Daniel Rivera picked up 4. 2 by Caden Chavez, and Hungerford has his first. 2 outs, nobody on base for the brother of Dylan Tagium. So Micah Tagium, younger brother of Dylan, and he's pinch hitting for his older brother, also taking over at catcher. First pitch, foul ball. Next ball, hit into the air towards the right field line. Lujan has time and corrals it for the third out of the inning. Another quick 1-2-3 inning for the Barons pitching staff. Hungerford sets down 3 in a row, picks up his first strikeout of the 2026 campaign, and we head to the bottom of the 7th. But before we do, we have that score update from San Antonio. The Knicks lead 84-75 over the Spurs in Game 2 of the NBA Finals. My name is Noah Alvarez. If you've liked what you heard so far, be sure to subscribe to the Academy Barons YouTube channel. You'll get a notification every time we go live from the Compton Youth Academy for home games this season. When we come back, in the bottom of the 7th, the Barons will send up their 7, 8, 9 hitters, Elijah Clayton, to lead things off after this. Bottom third of the order due up for the Barons in the home half of the 7th. First game of the 2026 season. Elijah Clayton for his third at-bat this evening. He's 0 for 2, struck out in his last plate appearance. The Barons have 3 runs on only 3 hits. Ronan Nuki stays in the ballgame on the mound, and it's a first pitch strike to the shortstop. While the Barons only have 3 hits, there's been a couple of errors made by the PBG defense. Clayton fouls off the next pitch. 0-2 the count. Clayton followed by David Aguirre and then Mark Emmerman. Nuki kicks, deals. This one hit down the third base line and it stays fair. Clayton rounds first. He has a stand-up double to lead off the inning. Good sight to see for the shortstop Clayton. He made an error early in the ball game in the top of the third. It didn't come around to bite the Barons defensively. They still have yet to suffer their first run of the campaign. Clayton's at second. He has good speed, a chance for David Aguirre to hit with the runner in scoring position. He's 0 for 2, but he reached in his last plate appearance on the error by the shortstop Santiago. Aguirre has good speed. He stole second. Clayton gets off to a big lead. Here's the throw down to third. Not in time. It was a high pitch, and Micah Tagium handled it well. The throw was on line. Santiago applied the tag, but not in time to catch the speedy Clayton. Aggressive on the base pass. Now the PBG defense. The infield creeps in to the edge of the grass. Lots of space for Aguirre to work with. Check swing, slow tapper to the right side of the infield. Hoffman doesn't have a play at the plate. Throw to second, or the second baseman covering is in time. Score that 3-4 for the first out, but it's an RBI ground out for Aguirre. With the infield in, you would think that Hoffman might have had a play, but it was a soft hit ball. Slow dribbler for the first baseman, and Clayton got such a great jump. There was no chance for a play at home. First pitch breaking ball from Nuki. Lands in the zone. 0-1 the count to Emmerman. He's 0 for 2 today, but he has 2 deep fly balls and showed off some impressive power. Here's a weak grounder to Santiago at third. Low throw. Hoffman handles it well. And there's 2 outs in the inning. So very quickly you see how the speed by Clayton can produce or generate some offense for the Barons here in the home half of the 7th. They have a 4-0 lead. Back to the top of the order. Another chance for Sawamura. He drew a walk in his last at-bat. Bloops one into shallow left field, and it gets down in front of Rodriguez. 2-out single, the third time that Sawamura has reached base today, and that's what you want to see from your leadoff hitter. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th, walked in the 6th, and he has his first hit of the ball game. It's the 5th hit by a Barons batter this evening. High throw to first, Sawamura in there safely. He already has 2 stolen bases in the ball game. Both were against Dylan Tagium, who's out of the ball game. First pitch strike to Chip Mertz. Mertz is 0 for 3, but he's put together some strong at-bats. Worked a full count in the 4th inning before rolling over to second. Nuki with another move to first. Hoffman's tag not in time. The Barons have 3 stolen bases already. And that was something they did a lot of last year. As a team, they had 31 stolen bases, and Sawamura takes off again. This one bounces into center field, but not too deep. Tyler Promonto gets to it quickly. The 3rd stolen base for Sawamura. Another player in the transfer portal, and he's showing you the tools that he has on the field. Made a few nice plays defensively. Shows the speed on the base pass and picked up his first single early in the inning. Mertz rips one into right field. Should be playable for Caden Lewis. A few steps to his right, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. But the Barons do get another run on the RBI ground out by David Aguirre. They lead 4-0 over the Philippines baseball group. To the top of the 8th we go. Thanks for tuning in to Barons Baseball here on the YouTube channel. Back here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel, they're 6 outs away from their first victory of the 2026 season, and a new pitcher comes into the ball game for the Academy Barons, a right-hander by the name of Aiden Franco. Franco has followed the path with Antonio Lujan. They both went to Cypress High School and both played at Azusa Pacific. Franco is 1 year younger and is going into his sophomore season. While at Azusa Pacific this spring, he made 13 appearances. He pitched 20 innings and allowed 30 runs, 24 of which were earned in those 20 innings. He did record 1 save on the season. It's his first appearance of the summer year. Franco goes to work against the 6, 7, 8 hitters. Noah Rodriguez takes ball 1, and quickly he steps out of the batter's box as if something's in his eye. Noah Rodriguez, an Orange County kid, played at Fullerton College for 2 seasons. Looking for a new home before his senior season this upcoming year. Swing and a miss. Puts the count at 1-1. Get to the final lines on each of the pitchers as well for the Academy Barons. This is the 5th arm that pitching coach A.J. Monterez has used in this evening's ball game. Rodriguez behind another fastball. Jimmy Canale started the ball game, went 2 innings, didn't give up any base runners, and picked up 2 strikeouts. Daniel Rivera followed with 2 innings, 4 strikeouts, and only allowed 1 hit. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt bounces away from Buckley. Count even at 2-2 to Rodriguez. After Rivera was Caden Chavez for 2 innings. He picked up 3 strikeouts and allowed 1 hit. And then Holden Hungerford pitched 1 inning, picked up 1 strikeout. The 2-2 pitch right on the edge. That's strike 3. Rodriguez goes down looking. The 12th strikeout by an Academy Barons pitcher this evening. Just an absolute dominant performance by the pitching staff. 5 outs away from a victory. Rodriguez retired. And now we'll see the first of Mason Fang. And we have to find him on the roster because his number on the field doesn't match the roster number. Trouble with the uniforms at the very beginning of the season. Next pitch is into the air. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to the new second baseman. He's played defensively at second base for the last 3 defensive innings. So not that new. Long pause from Franco on the mound. And the right-hander delivers strike 2. 1 out, nobody on base. Franco's next pitch, north of the letters. The count is even. Looks like we have a pinch hitter in the designated hitter spot on deck. The 2-2 pitch from Franco. Into the air. It won't leave the infield. Del Villar moves to his right a few steps. And that's the second out of the inning. The Barons defense hasn't been tested a whole lot. Aguirre turned the only double play when he tossed it to Elijah Clayton at short.
Coming to the plate for PBG, number 7, Gavin Vanderpool.
And it is Gavin Vanderpool who pinch hits for Hector Pena at the designated hitter spot. First we're seeing of Gavin Vanderpool this summer, but he was a member of the Philippines baseball group last year. Hits from the left side. He's also in the transfer portal, looking for a new home ahead of his junior season. First pitch strike from Franco. Down and away, ball 1. In the home half of the 8th, the Barons will send up their 3, 4, 5 hitters as they look for a couple more insurance runs. They've only allowed 2 hits thus far to the PBG offense. Vanderpool takes strike 2. The only time that the PBG offense had a runner in scoring position was in the 3rd inning. They had Hector Pena at second base after the error that allowed Ethan Granillo to reach. That was a long time ago as Franco misses high and wide. 2 outs, 2 ball, 2 strike count. Nobody on base. Vanderpool, the pitch hitter. Downstairs, it gets away from Buckley, and the count is full. Simon Hoffman waits on deck. The payoff pitch from Franco. Down and in. It runs inside and nearly hits Vanderpool's foot. It gets away from Buckley, but not too far. Vanderpool up at first. Strong AB as he was down into a 2-strike count before working the count full. And he reaches base via the base on balls. Second at bat for Simon Hoffman. He pinch hit for Ethan Granillo in the top of the 6th inning. First pitch is down and away. Hoffman has a much taller frame than Granillo. Stands at 6'4". Played this past spring at Elon. That's on the inner half. Strike 1. As a team, the Barons have 4 stolen bases on the evening, and we haven't seen PBG attempt 1. They haven't had many base runners. Next pitch misses away. It's their first base runner since the 5th inning, and only their 4th base runner of the ballgame. Shoots this into right center, tailing away from Sawamura, and he's not going to be able to cut it off. They wave Vanderpool around third base. That'll be the first run of the game for PBG, and it's a triple for Simon Hoffman. An RBI triple for the first run of the ball game. The PBG offense stays alive. A runner 90 feet away, but 2 outs in the inning for the Barons defense. Back to the top of the order. Tyler Permonta, who pinch hit for Eric Espinoza in the top of the 6th inning. Franco pitches from the first base side of the rubber, and his first pitch just off the plate. Permonto struck out swinging in his only at-bat this evening. Permonto, half-hearted swing, fooled by the fastball. PBG down to their final 4 outs in today's ball game, hoping to avoid a 0-1 start to the season. Hoffman at third. Franco's next pitch, a weak grounder to the left side. Williams comes up from third, and a strong throw gets Permonto at first. And Franco limits the damage. The PBG gets their first run of the ball game, yet they trail 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Williams to lead things off for the Barons when we come back as they look for more insurance runs and their final at-bats here at home this afternoon, or this evening. Bottom of the 8th inning. Barons lead 4-1 over the Philippines baseball group. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. The first of 23 home games on the season for the Academy Barons. New pitcher on the mound, and it's Gavin Vanderpool who takes over. First pitch swinging. Williams hits a ground ball to Santiago at third. Handles the high hop. And it's a 1-pitch out to begin the bottom of the 8th inning. Vanderpool hit in the designated hitter spot for Hector Pena. And because he comes in as a pitcher, they're burning the DH late in the ball game. Final 2 outs for the Barons to pick up any insurance runs. They lead 4-1. It would be a safe situation for whoever comes out in the top of the 9th inning. Downstairs, Del Villar hops out of the way. Del Villar is 0 for 3, and all 3 have been fly balls to center field. It's the right approach to have. Think middle and shoot it right back where the ball came from, but unfortunately, Del Villar hasn't been able to find a gap. Comes up empty on the swing, and the count evens at 1-1. Barons picked up 1 run in the 4th, 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. Del Villar launches one into left field. Oh, it's over the wall. A solo shot. And Del Villar makes it a 5-1 ball game. First home run of the season for the Barons.
His first home run of the season.
Del Villar has fun with his teammates in the third base dugout. Barons lead 5-1 over the Philippines baseball group. Last summer, Del Villar hit 3 of those. Buckley takes a big hack and fouls it straight back. Buckley picked up an RBI single in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3 on the evening. The Barons have 5 runs off 6 hits. High breaking ball, and it's a chopper over to Hoffman. He beats Buckley to the bag. 3 unassisted for the second out. Two up, 2 down. And we'll see another switch hitter, Antonio Lujan. Hits with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Williams is the other switch hitter, and he hit from the right side. He was retired on the first pitch of his AB. At the top of the 9th inning, we'll see the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for the Philippines baseball group. First pitch to Lujan in for strike 1. Vanderpool, another player who played last season for the Philippines baseball group. Lujan fouls off the next pitch, and Vanderpool has a batter in an 0-2 count. 2 outs, nobody on base. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. A reminder, the Barons play tomorrow here at the Compton Youth Academy. If you can't make it in person, you can always tune into the live stream. First pitch is scheduled at 6:05. We go live about 5:55 and give a little pregame and introduction on both teams. Vanderpool's 0-2 downstairs, bounces well in front of the plate. Before we send it to the top of the 9th as well, we'll update you on some scores from around the CCL South. Vanderpool from the windup. Lujan takes ball 2. Those are 2 easy takes for Lujan. He's 0 for 3 on the evening. But a thing that he showed last year well was his ability to take pitches close to the zone that weren't strikes. Strong plate discipline. Lujan lines it right back up the middle, but right to the shortstop. Ryder to his left. That's the 3rd out of the inning. The Barons do get 1 run, an insurance run in the bottom of the 8th, thanks to Jason Del Villar's solo shot. And before we send it to the top of the 9th, we do have a new pitcher that we'll tell you and briefly mention his name. Taken over on the mound is Van Playman. So Van Playman will be the new pitcher, and the scores from around the CCL South Division. The San Diego Waves have a big 12-3 lead over the Arroyo Seco Saints in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Barons will see the Saints tomorrow evening here at the Compton Youth Academy, while the Orange County Riptide have a 1-0 lead over the San Diego Bombers in the bottom of the 3rd. Those are your scores from around the CCL, and when we come back, we'll have the top of the 9th inning after this. Top of the 9th inning, new pitcher on the mound for the Academy Barons. That's Van Playman, who fires a first pitch strike. We also have a pinch hitter for the PBG offense. Mateo Rodriguez takes strike 2. Tough when you come in and the reliever immediately throwing gas. Not a whole lot of time to adjust when you just come off the bench. Van Playman is a 6th pitcher used by the Barons coaching staff. The 0-2 on the edge of the zone. That's strike 3. Rodriguez comes in, takes 3 pitches, and that's the first out of the top of the 9th.
To the Philippines, number 2, Johnny Weinstein.
It's probably looking something off speed, but this late in the ball game, got to figure had to be more aggressive at the plate. Playman back to work quickly, gets another swing and miss. Johnny Reitster for his second at-bat of the evening. Reitster hits from the left side. Shortstop came in for Nomar Vasquez's. He's down in the count 0-2 after another swing and miss. Playman spent this past season at Cal State Dominguez Hills, pitched 14 innings in 7 appearances, 7 strikeouts to 12 walks. The 0-2 just off the plate. Good waist pitch. Reitster lays off. The PBG offense down to their final 2 outs of the ballgame. Glad you can join us on this Friday evening. Playman's 1-2 pitch, another swing and miss. 2 outs, 2 strikeouts, and the PBG offense down to their final out in tonight's contest.
Coming to the plate for the Philippines, number 6, Caden Lewis.
Another friendly reminder, the Barons play tomorrow. They host the Arroyo Seco Saints here at the Compton Youth Academy. We'll go live at about 5:55 p.m. First pitch scheduled at 6:05. Playman's first pitch is in for a strike. He's only thrown 1 ball in this outing as he starts off strong versus Caden Lewis. Lewis is 0 for 3. Further off the plate, and Lewis has a 1-1 count. Lewis is a strikeout victim twice, grounded out to second early in the contest in his first at-bat. 13 strikeouts by the Barons pitching staff. The next pitch misses down and in. Last year, the Barons started off the season 1-0 in more dramatic fashion. It was a walk-off victory for the Barons to kick off the 2025 campaign. Playman delivers another strike. The Philippines down to their final strike of the ball game. 2 outs, nobody on base. Playman from the windup. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. He strikes out the side, and he picks up the save in doing so. What a performance, not only by Playman, but the entire Barons pitching staff. That's 14 strikeouts as a unit, and they limit the Philippines baseball group to just 1 run and 3 hits in tonight's contest. The Barons advance to 1-0 to begin the 2026 season, while the Philippines baseball group falls to 0-1. Fun ball game, a quick one at that as well. Barons win 5-1. They pick up 5 runs off 6 hits, only 1 error defensively, while the Philippines baseball group only had 3 hits. They did have 1 run and 1 error defensively. The winning pitcher for the Academy Barons is going to be Caden Chavez because he pitched with the lead in the 5th inning. So Caden Chavez gets the victory, but it was impressive performances by Jimmy Canelli, who started the ball game. Then Daniel Rivera, Caden Chavez followed, each with 2 innings. Holden Hungerford went 2 innings as well. And then Van Playman also pitched an inning. Not to forget Aiden Franco, who pitched an inning as well and did surrender a run, but he was pretty solid. 14 strikeouts by the Barons pitching staff in tonight's contest. The Barons lead, or the Barons win 5-1 in the first game of the 2026 season. Tomorrow we'll go live from the Compton Youth Academy at about 5:55 p.m. First pitch scheduled at 6:05 as the Barons take on the Arroyo Seco Saints. For Daniel Tom, the PA announcer, I'm Noah Alvarez saying thanks for tuning in, wherever you may be tuning in from. It's the first of many this summer. Be sure to subscribe to the Academy Barons YouTube channel. You'll get a notification every time we go live from the Compton Youth Academy facility. Final score one more time. Barons 5, Philippines Baseball Group 1. The Barons start the season 1-0. My name is Noah Alvarez. We wish you all a good night. We hope to catch you next time here at the Academy or tuning in to the live stream.